In this video, we're reviewing the Profoto B1 AirTTL flash system. Hello, everybody. Welcome to SLR Lounge, where we're here to help you be a better photographer. And in this video, we're going to help you be a better photographer because we're going to review one of my favorite flashes to date, the Profoto B1 500 AirTTL system. And you're probably wondering, well, Pi, the B1 500 has been out for quite a while, and why are you just doing the review now? Because, friends and family and spectators and everybody else, I like to put things through their paces. When we get products to review, I don't like to just do a quick review because it really doesn't say much to its performance and durability and reliability over time. I have put this guy through its paces. We have 4 of these units, and they've been in the studio, they've been on location, they've been on weddings, fashion, editorial shoots, fitness shoots, they've been everywhere. And I've probably used the B1 now for over 30 shoots, and now I feel qualified to give you guys a great review and to tell you that it really is quite reliable and very high in quality. So if you don't want to watch any of the rest of this video, just know this. It's a fantastic unit. It is an investment, but it is absolutely worth that investment. So let's start from the top and let's talk a little about this overall system, and first with its performance. Performance-wise, I'm giving the system 4.5 out of 5 stars, okay? And there's good reason for that. So when it comes to performance, at least in a flash that is an investment quality strobe, okay? So this is an investment quality strobe where we're paying like $2,200 for the head. We're paying another $200-300. Well, I think $200 for the speed ring, $400 for the TTL remote, $250 for the battery, and then we have to get a modifier. In total, getting started with a B1 system is gonna be just a little bit over $3,000. So it's a good investment. And yes, there are less expensive options, but what we get in terms of performance with that money is we get very quick 1/1 recycle times, okay? So it's rated at 500 watt seconds of power. That's a lot of power compared to a pocket strobe, a standard pocket strobe. I call them pocket strobes. You might call them speed lights, whatever you call them. Speed lights run around 50 to 60 watt seconds of power, even though they're typically measured in guide numbers. Monoblocks and large strobes are measured in watt seconds, and this is at 500 watt seconds, so it's roughly 10 times the amount of power. And we can get full power 500 watt second recycles in 1.9 seconds, just under 2 seconds, and that is blazing fast. Also, flash to flash consistency in terms of not only recycle time, but also the power output is very consistent. A lot of less expensive flashes, they might recycle completely and you pop another shot and it's gonna be just a hint brighter or a hint darker because the power isn't consistent. On the B1, the power is very consistent. The temperature from shot to shot is also very consistent. So we're getting professional performance, and in addition to that, it comes with a whole slew of other features, but features we're going to talk about in just 1 second. The main reason why I knocked a half a point off when it came to overall performance was because in high-speed sync modes, and we're going to talk about high-speed sync when we get over to the feature side, in high-speed sync, we lose a lot of power. And if you're wondering how much power, well, at 1/1000th of a second, we're losing around 4 stops of overall power output. Once we get up to 1/8000th of a second, we're losing around 7 stops of its total potential power output. And that, well, limits its use just a little bit when it comes to high-speed sync. It's still very functional, but we're losing a lot of the power, and it would have been great just to have a little bit more of it. Still, that being said, other pocket strobes, other speed lights that offer high-speed sync, they suffer the same thing, okay? And so at 1/8000th of a second, you're still getting a lot more power out of this guy than you are out of a little speed light, of course. But that was one area that I think could potentially be slightly improved on. Now, let's talk about the overall features. So what are you getting with this overall system? Well, we know that you're getting 500 watt seconds of power, but you're also getting full featured control. And so it was kind of a big deal when Profoto released this because for such a small package, this monoblock, we have a self-contained battery. It has up to 220 full power recycles on one single battery. We have 500 watt seconds of portable power, and they give you full feature control, meaning you have TTL functionality, you have high-speed sync, directly controllable from your remote. Now, if you're using Canon, you're going to control that from a remote. If you're using Nikon, you'll control it from your body, so that's not as big of a deal when it comes to high-speed sync. But TTL functionality is kind of a big deal. Now, it doesn't mean that I shoot TTL when I go out and shoot anything. Anytime I'm using strobes on set, I'm always shooting manual, but what I like to do is pop it into TTL, take the first shot, and then just simply switch to manual and adjust my power from there after TTL gives me that initial reading. So it's a nice way of finding where I want my power with each shot without having to take, 2, 3, 4 test shots to get there. So it's a fantastic function as far as that goes. Now, other features, we get the Profoto speed ring system, and I love the Profoto speed rings. They're so simple to use, so easy to just pop on there. You can put any Profoto modifier onto your speed ring. We get a fantastic remote that is incredibly easy to use, okay? So one of the big things to me is overall design, and we're gonna talk about that in just 1 second. When it comes to features, I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. And again, there's good reason. It has literally every single thing I would want except for one major thing that was left off, and that is a direct power input. So we actually don't have anything other than this battery compartment right here. There's no AC input on this. So we can't simply, like if we're working in the studio, we can't just plug it in and have it good to go. We always need to use batteries. Now, that's not necessarily a deal breaker per se, but it is kind of an annoying thing to kind of deal with when you're working in the studio, having to still charge these batteries. Although they do charge fairly quick. I think you get full charges, well, you get a good amount, like 80% in around 1 hour, you get full charges around 2 hours. But that still means that if you're gonna do a studio shoot, you need to have multiple batteries available because you're gonna be switching out every 220 or depending on what power, of course, you're using. So that was one big thing that I was kind of surprised about that was left off, and that's why we're giving it a full 1-star ding, because while all the other features are absolutely fantastic, that one is a little bit of a big deal. So next, let's talk about the design. Now for design, we're giving it 5 out of 5 stars. And it's so easy to know exactly why when you get this unit. We've used tons of other units and products before. We have Einstein's, which we love. They're incredibly inexpensive, great starter studio strobes, but they're absolutely kind of a train wreck to use when it comes to the remote system, when it comes to controlling them and so forth. It's very complicated and there's a lot of manual reading. And by manual reading, I mean that you actually have to break out the booklet and read on how to control that remote. Same thing with other systems, like even pocket strobe systems are fairly difficult and the design is kind of poor. Profoto is absolutely fantastic. From opening it up, and my gauge on good design is, can I open it and take it out of box, and can I use it without touching a single manual? And this satisfied that entire criteria. I got the B1, I open it up, the backside has 5 simple buttons. We have a simple dial right here to dial up and down the flash power. We have very easy and intuitive controls and a great interface on the back side. The remote itself, incredibly simple to use. You simply turn on and off whatever group you want and you add power or reduce power. You can turn the modeling light and the head on or off as well. Very simple, very easy. Each function has its own button and you're good to go. The speed ring system, you're good to go. It's very simple to snap on and to be locked in place and ready. So from a design standpoint, they've absolutely knocked it out of the park in terms of making a full feature flash that's incredibly simple to use. Now in terms of quality, we're giving it 5 out of 5 stars because it's exactly what you'd expect for an investment quality strobe and for a product from Profoto. Just upon receiving it, the overall build quality, the materials, the plastics that are used in all the components are fantastic. We've taken these guys out everywhere, from the desert where it's dry and sandy to the beach where it's wet and sandy to fitness shoots where it has seen quite a bit of action actually and maybe been bumped into some free weights. I don't know. Don't tell anybody. But regardless, they have held up through tons and tons of shooting. And believe me, we are not nice to our gear. But that's what you'd expect from something that's from Profoto, from something that you're investing quite a bit of money in. Now moving on to value, I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. Now why not 3 stars? Why not 2 stars? Why not 5 stars? Well, in terms of value, I'd give something 3 stars if you're paying basically what you'd expect to pay for the quality and what you're receiving. 5 stars is its incredible quality at a price that is far below what you should be paying. 4 stars to me is that I'm paying about the amount of money that I should for a system that gives me actually a bit more value than what I'm actually putting into it. So yes, to jump into this system with one single B1 head and just basically a modifier, your remote, and a single battery, you're looking at around $3,000. To get into it with 2 heads and kind of a healthy setup in terms of batteries and modifiers, you're probably looking at around $6,000. It is a pretty penny and it is an investment, but for that, You're getting something that really there's not a lot of in terms of what else is available on the market. You're getting a product that has a tremendous value because of its performance, its flash-to-flash recycle times, the consistency in color, the consistency in power, its portability, its design, its durability. You're getting an absolutely professional product, and you are investing in that. So I think that it deserves around 4 out of 5 stars when it comes to the overall value. So overall, we're giving the B1 system 4.5 out of 5 stars. This is indeed a must-have product for anybody that's looking for a high-quality and portable studio strobe. Hopefully you all have enjoyed this video. Be sure to click the link below the video in the description. It'll take you to SLR Lounge, where you can read more about the B1, get more information, as well as links on how to purchase each of the products that you've seen in this video. As always, if you enjoy our videos, be sure to subscribe. If you'd like to comment below. Let us know what you think. My name is Pi, and I'll see you all in the next video. Today we're going to be reviewing the LumaPro LP180 manual flash. Now this guy came to us in a box that frankly we weren't sure if they're being serious or not. That is until we read the description on the back, and then we're like, yeah, we know they're joking now.